An election judge is a citizen who works to support our democratic electoral process. I enjoy everything about elections. I think elections are pretty exciting. I'm really proud of our American democratic system. It can also be done by ordinary citizens who participate in the democratic process by coming out, signing up to work at an election, getting some training, requires a little bit of training, and then giving your time to the community by working as an election judge. I think we all want to have fair and honest elections. That's a cornerstone of our democracy. And in order for us to be sure that elections are carried out in a fair and impartial manner, we need many hands and many eyes and many people to be participating in the process. So we need good election workers to carry out. They're fairly simple tasks that need to be done, but they're really important. I've been working for elections pretty much for every election cycle for the last 10 years. I have found it to be a really fun job. It's fascinating. I'm the kind of person that wants to know how do you make something like this work? And I have really enjoyed seeing the inner workings of the elections process. There are many, many steps that have to be carried out to ensure that the elections are fair and honest. And I have gained a real sense of confidence in our electoral process by working on the inside. There's a whole variety of jobs that an election judge can do. They could be as simple as overseeing a ballot box and making sure there's no tampering with the ballot box. Or I think for anyone who has gone to a polling place, when you come in, you usually see 3 people seated at a table. They're managing the voting register for that precinct. They help to direct there are people who help to direct the voters to the proper precinct. And then there are workers, election judges, who manage the voting registers and the poll books. So you might have a job of looking up a voter according to their street address. You may have the job of getting that voter to sign the poll book to prove that they received their ballot. Or you might have a job of handing out the actual ballot to the voter and giving them the instructions so that they make sure that they fill it out properly. Another job that I've enjoyed doing is overseeing the scanning machines where the voter inserts their marked ballot into the machine. And so it's a job to make sure that the machine has accepted the ballot, that the voter knows how to do it properly. And then over time, if you've worked for a couple of cycles, you might get a chance to be a judge, for example, that handles provisional ballots, any kind of irregularity with a voter that may come in where it's not certain. There might require a little research before the vote can be officially counted. Those people can work on provisional ballots. And one of the jobs that I've enjoyed has been working as an election judge on a resolution board. And that's when something irregular happens with the marked ballot and the voting machines reject it. That ballot is taken over to a panel of 3 judges who then make a determination as to what the intent of the voter was. They have to all agree on it. And so I think that's a very interesting job. Well, I like working as an election judge because I find everything about elections to be pretty exciting. I have worked on some real nail biters. I think those of us here in Missoula can remember some local elections where the determination came down to a handful of votes, sometimes even 1 or 2 votes. And it really proves to you as a citizen that your vote really does count. And so I find it fascinating to just see how such a large process with so many voters. How do you manage, 50,000 votes ballots that are being cast? How do you manage that? So it's really fun to work together on a team and see each of the steps building up to the final official count of the ballots. It's a very social job. I like to work as an election judge because I get to see my neighbors when they come out, even when it's primarily a mail-in ballot. I've worked in the customer service area and the fairgrounds, and I enjoy seeing all of my friends and neighbors coming in to cast their ballots. Well, working as an election judge has really given me a great sense of satisfaction. I like to be involved in the community. I really feel it's an important way of giving back to the community, to serve. It's a civic duty. You can get paid. You will be paid if you work as an election judge, and that's a benefit too. It's a lot of fun working with the team. You get to be in the center of things when elections get exciting. It's just fun to help people and to see. You get to see how much people care about having their voice heard when they come out to polling places to vote. I think the perks are knowing that you are protecting the fundamental democratic process by being a participant as an ordinary citizen coming out, and it does require a lot of workers to put on a fair election. So it's enjoyable knowing that you help to make that work. Elections take place throughout the year, and there's always a need for election judges. It's important to know that if you want to be an election judge, you do have to go to a short training that is paid training. The trainings take place once every 2 years. So we do have trainings this year. I always encourage people to, if they're thinking about working as an election judge, that it's a really great way to give back to the community. It's a great way that you can defend the American democratic system by being a participant, by being a worker, helping to make sure that the elections are fair. It's fun. It's a paid job. You get a little bit of pay for your work, and I think that it's a really important investment in the community.
For more information or to sign up, call 406-258-4751 or visit our website, MissoulaVotes.com. Our office needs people like you on Election Day.